Good morning, everybody. This is Joe with our peer group OPG Advisors. Thanks for joining us today on OPG Insights. Today we have Jason Duffy, who runs Fieldstone Insurance. He's going to give us the lay of the land currently, real quick, to get some key level insights on E&O, D&O, cyber coverage, and sort of the state of the world with PEO renewals. So, Jason, take it away.
Hey guys, Jason Duffy. I guess the four buckets pretty simple. The one that's most topical right now is the PEO renewals. TriNet's starting to release. Obviously, they have the largest market share, probably 90% small funds. They're starting to release really early renewals, ones that are really bad. So they're trying to force people off or give them more opportunities or more time to look for other coverage. We're seeing plus more than a couple of dozen plus 40% renewals. It's like a hockey stick goodbye rate increase. Please go find somewhere else to live. We expect average 8 to 10%. It's been the compound price increase for the herd and the majority of funds, and that's been for 25 years. I don't anticipate that to change. The only thing different is, there's a new AI tool that's out there that scrapes data from behind the PEO wall to try to get to what individual groups' utilization is. It's an interesting tool, like 80% probability you get some information. So that's PEO world. And again, last thing is we just don't see people switch, even when they get clobbered in the face by a renewal. A lot of talk, not a lot of movement. DNO and ENO pricing down 15, believe it or not, if not more.
Wow.
And I think that's a couple of reasons. When insurance companies look at their DNO and ENO book very specifically for hedge funds, it's profitable relative to all other lines they write. And that's because there is low frequency of claims and really high severity now. It used to be you'd have a lot of little claims, but what's happened is when a claim happens, a regulator comes to your door, you burn $1 million, $2 million standing still. So those claims go to reinsurance players versus often hit hard on the primary carrier. And so you have new entrants coming in. Berkeley, you have Berkshire, right, coming in. Lots of these big, interesting carriers trying to buy market share. Whether or not they're successful or not, it's putting pressure on the incumbents. But the broker has to want to do the hustle and want to push the incumbent carrier, which effectively reduces my profitability every year, chasing premium down. We tend to do it proactively because we are scared someone else will. But I think most brokers, particularly the big ones, don't. So serious price compression, particularly on funds buying plus 5 million. So if you're buying 10 or 7.5, really good pricing. Um,
Okay.
Cyber, I don't know why. We hate the product, to be quite honest with you. We don't think it pays claims. We really haven't ever seen any. We're pretty negative on it because it gives people a false sense of protection. And then when the claim happens or a potential claim, people call us and say, can we get paid for it? And my answer is no. But we're seeing 70 to 80% of the funds purchase it now. It's total
Wow.
pressure, institutional pressure. But people are buying $1 million to check a box and get the, DDQ out of their hair.
What are you seeing for a family office?
Family offices tend not to buy any
Yeah.
of the coverage with the exception of the PEO because it's the PM's own money, his or
Yeah.
her, and they're going
Yeah.
to defend themselves kind of with their own pile of money anyway, right? These products and the purchase of DNO and ENO really proliferated when you could have the investor pay for it. If you are the investor, you're not going to leak
Getting
out.
already. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to leak it out. So the only other thing we're spending time and money on, and it's not really the CFO's job, but it becomes the CFO's job, the homeowners market for, PMs who live in Aspen, Hamptons, wherever you want, it's up 30 or 40, Florida, 30 to 40% year over year. And what we're seeing is the PM turning to his most trusted person and saying, here, deal with this pile of shit.
Yeah.
I can't be focused. So we're
I
spending
felt
a
that
lot
one
of time.
myself. Yeah, I felt that one.
Yeah, like you normally are not involved in their personal life, at least insurance, but now you often are.
Yeah.
So no secrets there other than really just hard-nosed brokerage going after every carrier,
All right.
negotiate.
Well, that's good. That's a good
Yeah.
recap. A little good news in D&O and E&O, a lot of bad news everywhere else, maybe, but even more important to stay on top of it. So
Yep.
that's great. If anybody wants to follow up, please reach out to Jason directly. I'm going to send his information, his email, etc. in there. Jason, good to catch up with you. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, I guess.